Good morning students. Today we are going to say about a new topic, transportation in plants and circulation in animals. In multicellular animals made up of a numerous number of cells. The cells need a constant supply of energy. So how the cells get energy? Due to the breakdown of glucose. Understand? So the glucose produces energy. That energy is used to various life activities. Have you ever wondered how the water and the nutrients are absorbed by roots, or how the water reaches the top of the plant, and what is meant by circulatory system? The circulatory system present to you are thinking only present in animals, but also present in the plants also. Understand? So you recall the anatomy, how the nutrients, water move to the top of the plant and how they are absorbed by roots. Understand? So that is due to the presence of vascular tissue, nothing but xylem and phloem. Understand? These are constitute we called as vascular tissue, which are equal to blood vascular system of animals. Understand? So the water is absorbed by the xylem from the root hairs to the xylem. Then the food is absorbed by phloem by means of translocation. That is, the food is transferred from the leaf to the various tissues by means of phloem. So that's why we are called as translocation. Understand? What is called transportation? Transportation means carry things from one place to another place. We are called as transport. And how in animals useful substances and toxic things were carried out, that is by means of circulatory system. What is the meaning of circulatory system? The circulatory system, that nothing but blood is circulated throughout the body. Not only blood and lymph, which carries the nutrients, oxygen, toxic substance, waste products, water maybe. They are circulated by the blood. So that's why we are called as circulatory system, which includes blood, lymph, heart and blood vessels. What's the meaning of transport in plants? How the food materials, water, etc. are transported from one place to another place, generally by means of diffusion and active transport. What's the meaning of diffusion? Diffusion means movement of molecules movement of solid, liquid, gaseous molecules from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. We are called as diffusion. Understand? So this is a passive transport. What is the meaning of passive transport? Passive transport means that is nothing but no energy is needed to movement of the any substance from higher concentration to lower concentration. That is called passive transport. What is the meaning of active transport? Active transport, that must need a energy gradient. Understand? So the pumps, that is the movement of things, the elements from lower concentration to higher concentration. Understand? Lower concentration to higher concentration. So that's why we are called as active transport, due to energy is needed. So the movement is against a constant gradient, concentration gradient, that needs energy. That means pumps, that is its uphill transport, that is lower to higher. Understand? That is called as uphill transport. Then osmosis. What is called osmosis? Osmosis, movement of solvent or water molecules. What is the meaning of solvent? Caripon. Understand? Caripon. So the movement of solvent or water molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, which is also a passive transport, because the movement takes place from higher concentration to lower concentration. Understand? What's the meaning of semi-permeable membrane? Semi means off. The cell does not allow ions to enter or exit. Understand? That membrane is known as semi-permeable membrane. Example, cell membrane. Understand? So that is called as osmosis. Osmosis is furtherly classified into plasmolysis and imbibition. What is the meaning of plasmolysis? It occurs in living plant cell is placed in a hypertonic solution. The water molecules move out of the cell. That is due to that nothing but the movement of protoplasm out of the cell. So due to this, the cell is shrinkage. Suringira cell suringira we are called as plasmolysis. What is the meaning of hypertonic? Hypertonic means above the solution which contains above the normal level of salt content we are called as hypertonic solution. Imbibition. So imbibition means swelling up. General meaning is swelling up. That is the solid absorbs water then swells up. Example, dried grapes. Dried grapes நம்ம தண்ணிக்குள்ள போட்டோம்னா காலையில வந்து நல்லா swell ஆயிடும். Likewise, like that, the seeds absorb the water molecules, then only it will emerge out. Understand? Root hairs absorbs water absorbing unit. So there are numerous of root hairs present in the plants. They are thin-walled cylinder extension of epidermal cells, increase the surface area of the absorption. Understand? The water molecules absorb the water by means of diffusion. What is the meaning of diffusion? That is simple process, passive process, the movement of water molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration we are called as diffusion. What is the pathway of water absorbed by roots? The root hairs absorb water. Then the concentration is higher than that of the cortex present in the roots. So that is why the water molecules move towards to the cortical cells of the cortex by means of osmosis. Then it reaches the xylem. Osmosis you have already known. What are the types of movements water in the root cells? Apoplast pathway and a symplast pathway. What's the meaning of apoplast pathway? Movement of water exclusively intercellular space and walls of the cells. It does not crossing over the cell membrane. This movement is depend on the gradient. What's the meaning of gradient? Gradient nothing but here the cell membrane is the gradient. Second one is simplest pathway. The water molecules move to the adjacent cell through plasma membrane, cytoplasm and plasmodesmata. It is slow as water passes through plasma membrane. Then transpiration. What's the meaning of transpiration? The removal of excess water through the stomata we are called as transpiration. Understand? So the transpiration takes place through a number of stomata, that is minute opening present on the margin of the leaves. Whenever the stomata absorbs the water, the stomata is turgid in nature. Understand? Generally the stomata opening during the daytime and closing at night time. So whenever the water is released, it will be flaccid. Understand? So the transpiration takes place in the mesophyll of the cells. Water evaporates from the mesophyll cells of the leaves by means of osmosis. The pressure created by the top of the plant, that is top of the plant, the water molecules liberated from the xylem to mesophyll. Then a transpiration pull, that means the pressure exerted by the top of the plant, that will be transpiration pull takes place. Understand? What are the factors, factors affecting transpiration? That is external factors. வெளியில இருந்து எப்படி affect ஆகுது? So by means of temperature. Suppose if the temperature rises, the transpiration rate is more. Then humidity, wind speed. Then internal factors, number and distribution of stomata on the leaf, then percentage of opening of stomata, then water status of a plant. These are the external and internal factors which affect the transpiration. What are the significance of transpiration? It supplies water for photosynthesis, transports inner cells to all parts of the plants, cool the surface area of the leaves, keeps the cell turgid, and it maintains the shape of the plant. Thanking you.